Hi.
All right, welcome back here to Division C podcast, calling the Audible with Simon, Peeze,
Yes, sir.
Hi.
and Eagle. It is NBA draft night. We do live look-ins to
Wow.
the draft.
And quick thank you to Stefan Berardi and Alex Holler for filling in for us last week. That was
Yes.
awesome. You guys are less talented than us, so sorry about that.
Steph had some good jokes, though.
Yeah.
In reference to Div A, Div B, like you're saying, what was the Kevin Wyeth one he made? Kevin Wyeth finished second place in the Kevin Wyeth Award.
No, I never said Kevin Wyeth will win the Kevin Wyeth Award.
But Steph said he would finish. He couldn't win it. He would finish second place, though.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing joke.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
kinda
So
good.
sorry I missed it.
Anyway.
Steph, work harder, bro.
Or Mo,
You know
be
what?
better
You know
at
what? Funny
remembering
enough,
things.
he said Lazaro, Dan Lazaro, the quarterback. He said something like, "Well, you know what? He didn't have a good game. Didn't play well."
Ming.
Oh, wait,
So-
did Lazaro
So
murder
Dad-
him and eat
so
his
Dad-
skin?
At 2 a.m.
So Dan and Steph and I, we have a thread on text. We get a text at 2 in the morning. Me, bro, Steph, you make fun of me, bro? What is this, bro? I go, what the hell's going on? It's 2 a.m. You're sending a text out at 2 a.m. You can't wait till 7 a.m.?
How many people in this room have gotten that text from Dan Lazaro at 2 o'clock in the morning?
I have.
All right, cool. So it's not just you, Steph. Don't worry.
Yeah.
The
he's
thing about
serious.
Dan is he always overreacts about these things. He gets mad first, and then he remembers what he heard. He's like, oh, never mind. It was a compliment.
All right, let's dive into the week that was in Division C. Yes.
While
Eagle.
we were on break, the Bucks picked Dante DiVincenzo.
Oh, from Villanova, the big ragu.
Yes. And we got the Spurs up next.
Oh, the Spurs up next.
Yeah.
Is-
What else do we have up next, Eagle?
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, later tonight you'll be able to tune in to Arnold Schwarzenegger's The Sperminate.
Oh, is that number 4 or number 5?
I think we're like number 48 or something.
Yeah, there's a lot to go.
So for those of you who don't know what we're doing, we're congratulating Mike Roy on going 70 days porn free because that's an achievement. So we are doing so by listing 70 of the top porn movies to prove to you that we could turn anything into content.
All right, speaking of content, games that you saw this week in Division C.
We were there. Brocasian Game Changers. Game Changers won by a single point, 31-30,
Oh, yeah,
on
that's
the
right,
last play of the
that's
game.
right, yes.
Brocasian scored in the last play, went for 2 in the convert to win, couldn't get it. But the story here, Brocasian played with 5 the whole game. How was this close?
This has been.
Your insight? You were there. You
I
saw
was there,
you saw the whole
yes.
game, right?
I was going through the motions actually.
My favorite play was Christian Sarantola beats a double rush.
Mm-hmm.
So he buys time in the pocket, beats a double
Yeah.
rush, buys time in the pocket, rolls to one side of the sideline, almost falls down, manages to get back up, beats the second rusher back to the inside, starts running up the sideline, as a first down if he runs, decides to throw an interception to a DB's chest, but clean, like easy
Ricocheted off
interception.
GB's chest.
How's that
Yeah,
even
oh
happen?
yeah, let's play. Ricocheted off the DB's chest because the ball came in so hot, and another DB about 10 yards away caught it,
That's ridiculous.
and then he brought it back for 6.
I think the issue with Brocasian is that their roster is very minimal. I mean,
They only have 5 guys.
You lose, yeah, only 5 guys for the day, but you lose Justice Saratola for the year.
Yes,
that
that
hurts.
Yeah, why?
But
That's nobody's fault, really.
But I think this is a team that's sort of comfortable with the familiar faces. Like,
But they had a fun roster: Jeremy Anderson, John Louis, Christian Sarantola,
they do, but
Mark
but
Provo.
This is a team that really, I mean, beyond
Safari cannot load
Oh,
a page.
beyond the core group, they haven't really expanded the horizons of saying, look, we need to get a roster of 8,
Well-
9 guys.
Well, Jeremy Anderson helps that in that factor, right? He's a big addition for Brocasian. He's
Yeah.
a big he's sort of a lesser Kyle Lebowski. They play in a similar fashion.
Well,
I
obviously,
don't see it.
physically, they're different in size. But Kyle was I've seen a lot of Kyle Lebowski with Brocasian, and he made a huge difference for that team's success.
Are you just
Yeah, but
doing
he
that
doesn't
because they're
fit
both white
anymore.
guys?
Unfortunately, doesn't fit in.
He doesn't fit anymore. He's like a 90-something now.
I'm saying I don't see like again. I think he has potentially as big an impact as Kalabowski did for the team. I don't know if they're the same kind of player at
No,
all.
but it's the way Christian uses him, sort of the way
So he
used
just
to use
fits him
him.
into that role.
Yeah.
So is it like?
But he's the first guy that's able to take that
But are
role.
you fitting the square piece into a round peg in a sense? Like, are you using him for something that he's not necessarily best at?
No, I think Jeremy is able to fit that role well. He's the sort of player that could pretty much do everything. There's not a lot of things that Jeremy Anderson cannot do.
best or strongest.
No, I mean like
hands.
offensively as a receiver,
Yeah.
there's only a handful of routes he can't successfully
And
run.
he's a lot quicker than people know.
Yeah, he doesn't look necessarily the part, but he's actually like he's faster than he looks. I wouldn't necessarily use him as a straight up 40-yard burner, but then you have John Louis for that. That's what he does best. I think the team's good, but if they would have had a sixth guy, they would have won that game 100%.
Yeah, like Game Changers are a team that's.
What's wrong with the Game Changers?
I don't think they look. We spoke about it last week. Halawak, GM, Steph, and I, and continually the biggest knock on them is the lack of depth, as it is for Brocasian.
It's fair.
But you see this team, and not to beat on a dead horse again, but it just again, Anton Sakis is not the same player that he once was, and you can see the rapport he has with his receivers isn't fully developed. And that's why this game was closer than expected. I know Game Changers won, but by the reaction of them after they won, it felt not like a
shouldn't be proud of that
demoralizing
win.
loss, but it felt like, man, we should have won.
You
this
shouldn't
game.
be proud of that win. You
No,
almost
they
lost.
weren't. They weren't proud of the win, but they were like, man, we should have like run these guys off the field.
And we know that
Yeah.
after the Brocasian team was on their second game of the night and they were exhausted. John Louis and Jeremy Anderson, every play would come back to the huddle like, yo, I can't run. I'm tired. So, I don't know, man. This feels like a bigger impact for Brocasian. Like, I have a good feeling for Brocasian moving forward. They did good things in that game.
I saw
Yeah.
I saw the tail end of Commission
Yeah, let's bring it
Jägerbomb.
up now.
I'm not going to talk about it because if you want to hear about Commission, you could just read Brent Botkin's Commission article that comes out every week.
The
But
commission report.
basically that's
Basically.
the article. But I will say what was awesome was I caught the guys from Jägerbomb after the game, obviously dejected. But I went to AJ Gomez after the game, and he's like, "Yo, Jägerbomb, fake team." So
Sure,
you're
was
here
there.
first.
Sure was there.
I told him to come by. Actually, he's upstairs right now.
Nice.
Awesome.
So here's one game I want to talk about. The Alpha Tees against Braves U. Now, the Alpha Tees is arguably the best team in the division. Braves U is not.
Arguably the worst team in the division.
Yeah, let's put it
But
that way.
hold on here.
Hey,
let
hey,
him,
hey,
let him
hey,
explain
hey.
the
I
story
said it was
here.
arguable. We're allowed to disagree.
No, let him
Yeah.
explain the story. He'll
So
tell
now-
you why.
The Alpha Tees wins by 7 points in a very close game
Mhm.
without their arguably best player, Jonathan Mayer.
Mhm.
Now, put
There's a lot of arguable things.
add in Jonathan Mayer to that
Arguably.
game. What
As a
happened?
receiver, he can't
That-
play
they
quarterback.
either-
as a receiver
They
DB.
either win the game, lose the game, or tie the game with the three options.
My man.
So
Mokan,
They
Jonathan Mayer is there. Who wins?
They probably win by one or lose by one. They lost by 7. I think.
Leoneti played really well.
He did, and look, I just think that the lack of skill closers on that Braves U team was evident. The Tats, even though they looked pretty lethargic at times and played down to the
Ooh,
Braves
that
U.
interception that bounced off Alexis Gaumont.
Yeah.
Jesse Dupuis lost it.
Yeah, he was very upset. Like you can see they're getting frustrated and stuff. And as Eagle or Peeze now
Don't
tries to
slap my
smack
paper.
over the mosquito, we'll talk about the Tats if they're the best team or not. But I think for Braves U, had they won that game, that could have set the course in a different direction, maybe making a run for a playoff spot.
I don't think they're if Leoneti is there more frequently moving forward. Like if he's there for the next 4 games, there's something there. The problem is the inconsistency.
Yeah,
when
that's
they
the
played
biggest
us week
issue.
4, they had 5 guys without their quarterback. Now you move up the clock. They can't get a consistent roster every week. They can't get their guys to show up. You won't win games with 5 guys.
is that a factor of losing though? Like you start losing guys because you're not winning. They don't feel like the season's pointless anyway.
But this is the Braves like farmhand. This is like the single A farm.
Yeah, but
team
it's
of
also the Braves
roster.
situation. The fall season was the same thing. They played the finals with 5 guys.
5 guys. But
won.
the Braves, yeah, they wish they did, which is quite embarrassing. They're going to Indianapolis, by the way.
Mhm.
But the Braves U, if they had a full roster, then yeah, maybe this is different. Maybe the whole season's different. Maybe they're a 500 team than what they are right now.
Because
But
they have good pieces.
speaking of pieces, the team I want to talk about, a wasted performance because it ends up being a tie. Keep or lock. I'm going to let you finish.
There was someone open though at the for the
Yeah.
convert back in the
You know
end
what?
zone.
Okay, but here's my thing, though.
I was overthrown to that guy who's sitting to your left.
missed
Yeah,
you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Hold on. Let me, from my viewpoint, I saw
Okay.
you open. I was like, oh, Peeze is open, but he's not going to go to him, and he didn't go to him. But
I did.
You
I
did.
missed
You
him.
overthrew me.
I know, but I'm saying that it should have been a better ball. But
Yeah,
you're open a
it
couple
was.
of times. You're open. A few
I was
times.
open for about.
No, this
especially
is-
because I'm lined up on the outside. Jamie Ojea is lined up inside me. Who do you think they're covering?
Yeah.
So literally, second half was a double team on Jamie
So-
Ojea. I was open on every play.
Yes, you go.
If you had to pick a worst performer with balls, would it be Simon Dagenet or the main cast of School of Cock?
No, I mean, School of Cock was a classic, so there's not a bad performance there. So I have to go with Simon regardless of how he played.
So,
But you just can't live up to that, dude.
movie was Jack Blackcock, right?
but here's the question, though. Here's the question.
No, but I'll admit that one pass was 100% my fault. I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been a game-winning convert.
That said, it was so. I'm talking more about the flow of the game than our team, because whatever, like we are ourselves and
We are what it is,
But the thing is like, the way the game started, we scored, they scored. Then our next two possessions, Simo throws a stupid interception, and then
Well.
we go 0-4 because Simo's terrible.
Well,
And so they get a 2-score lead in the first half, and the game, and they start with the ball in the second half, and we came out with a tie. I mean, Mokan, you can say what you want. I'm gonna let you finish, but at the same time, it was about as good as you could hope for a
and
second half.
also,
second
it was
half
a bit
performance.
controversial on the supposed
By
flop
the way,
by Jeff
also
Rosenblatt.
okay. Jeff Rosenblatt is in the end zone. Kevin Marshall
last play of the game.
gets to him. It's the last play of the game.
Slaps
Goes
him
for
on
the
the
sack.
chest.
Goes for a sack. He does everything properly. Keeps his hands down. Breaks down in front of him. Goes for the flag belt. Jeff Rosenblatt
This is a baseball slide.
like dives like
Oh, he fell.
like
face
like
first.
he was a worse actor than the stars of.
Cliffbanger.
Oh,
And-
my.
And instead of the referee awarding the safety that would have given us the game, calls a penalty that was essentially it was
Contact
contacting the
on
passer.
5
In
yards.
fact, it's but I will give referee Jack Nudie some credit. He actually apologized because he said he felt he missed the call.
But-
most refs in FPF will never admit to it, so
but to
it
be
takes a big
fair-
man to do that.
But to be fair, like this is the only thing Jeff Rosenblatt could have done. He realized what as
But
soon
it
as the
got
rusher
so
two,
bad.
You
Yeah,
got
no,
it
two
was
penalties
so
that gave
bad.
him 3
But
yards.
as soon
I
as
mean,
the rusher closed in, what's your options? You know you can't throw that ball because it's too late. You know the rusher's there. If you don't move, you're getting sacked. And if you move, he's faster than you are. So he tried to move. The rusher didn't bite. He put his hand on him. He's like, if I don't flop, it's a safety.
Mm-hmm.
So he
No,
fell.
but he flopped
so-
in the end zone though.
So he
He
fell.
did.
He fell forward and he hoped for the call. It was either get the call or lose the game. There's no
But-
other options for him.
yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing, though, guys. Will your team earn a third tie this year?
Ooh, wait.
And I'll ask GM this question.
2 ties already.
They have 2 ties already, GM.
Can we get a third?
Will they earn a third tie this year?
Can we get a third?
So just looking at the schedule that's coming up in the next few weeks for them, I'm gonna let you finish. Have the Alpha T's. They will not tie in that game.
No, they won't.
Vikings,
Maybe.
possible.
Yeah. That's a good
Mountain Lions, possible.
one. Maybe, yeah.
Top season, no. So yeah.
So 2 ties.
So
If
4
two
ties.
Oh, that'd be great.
4 ties.
Oh man, somebody on this team
Well,
would be
okay,
pissed if we
here's
get
I'll
two
ask
more
GM
ties.
this question again. Will the 2 ties hurt them in the overall playoff standings?
No, because they're already doing better than Moist, who have 0 ties.
So, but like, GM, you've played with Justin Blanchard. If you think his reaction to winning a game is awful, or to losing a game is awful, wait till you tie a game with Justin
Well,
Blanchard.
at least we're the one tying, not them.
He was so angry
Oh yeah, of course.
It's
the,
straight
the,
angry.
the best part is he was angry at you.
because you overthrew me.
No, he was angry. He was like, "Why would you go to Peeze
was
on
wide
a,
open.
on a game-winning cover?" It's like, but he was open.
Like
I
why?
said, "But why Peeze?" But
Wide
he was open though.
All right, looking at the commission and tats, the tail of the tape here. Look, Brent Bach has been on this commission bandwagon for quite a while
To be
here.
fair, it's his own team.
So who do you like
So-
with these two teams, guys? Commission or tats?
You want to
And
take
remember,
this
they
first?
do have a playoff history with these two teams.
You
They've
wanna- you
gone
wanna-
against each other.
You want to start?
I believe twice. Yes, Eagle.
Keep in mind, he's also on the Knicks bandwagon, and look what happened tonight.
Where are we at now on the draft board here?
The Wolves have a minute on the clock.
Okay, we'll go to the Wolves.
So,
pick in a minute.
Peeze, you want to start this?
All right, 60 seconds. I go 30 seconds. You go 30 seconds.
Yes.
Alpha T's defense will make it difficult for Jeff Marquis to find his receivers. And
They're not playing
Just
each
to-
other, are they?
No, they're not. But
Who's-
they do have a history
oh,
of
I thought
playing
they're
each other.
playing. Okay, my
No,
bad.
no.
They do have a
just
history
who do you
playing
like?
each other. Yeah, who do you like?
Who do I?
They're both undefeated
give-
right now, top of the
Give me
divisions.
Alpha T's just because I've seen it before, and it's hard to doubt Jesse Dupuis. Even when they had a rough game, still came out victorious.
I'm gonna have. Listen, I
Now you gotta go commission, right?
yeah,
That's
I
the game.
prefer the Alpha but I'll go Commission. I think Commission's a better team with Dom Benevento present. The fact that he's injured hurts them a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could say whatever. They're still winning without him, but he's a big piece. They're missing a big piece of their team, and they might have potentially the best receiver in the division, AJ Gomes, but after that, there's a sharp drop.
How can they continue on without Don Benevento with this streak of theirs?
By the way, I saw him at the field in
Without
the
a
walking
cast.
boot.
No
No,
more
he's there.
walking
No,
boot. No
he's
more
done
walking
with the boot.
Oh,
The boot's
Okay,
off.
so
Boots
that's-
off,
must
which
have
is
seen the
good
week
news,
before,
right?
yeah.
But
It's crazy.
still far away from being
Yeah.
fully ready. But can they continue on this roll without him though?
I think they can, but it depends on who they're playing. They have a fairly easy schedule so far, and that's the reason why they're so successful. If you put them against the top teams, if they would have played the Alphatees without Dom, I don't see that game going their way.
Agreed.
The team that's most likely to go undefeated is who? Tats or Commission the rest of the way?
Jim, can you bring up the schedules?
Please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Start with the commission, please.
Well, before we get to that, how about this? We'll go the question ahead. The team that's most likely to go to the finals, who?
Oh, that's a good one. I think the commission side, they're not in the same conference.
No, they're opposite conference.
I think Conference B is more top heavy in that sense that commission, if they can take out Jaegerbomb and if Blue Chips could fall out, I think they'll breeze through the final. Whereas Conference A, the Alphatees has a tougher way to the finals. So if I was a betting man, I would go the commission.
Who you got, Commissioner Tats?
I don't see Commission getting past Blue Chips. So I'm thinking if for
There's
that,
also top season down there.
well, that's what I'm saying. There's bad matchups for them. There's not necessarily a harder path, but bad matchups along the way.
Yes.
So how fitting, because this week the commission play Blue Chips,
Yep.
All right.
so you'll have a more
That's a
accurate
fun
idea
game.
after that. The commission also play Brocasian,
That's
Mhm.
also a fun game.
Moist,
That's easy.
and Strangers.
Okay.
There's Gino the Fazio Bowl.
Yeah, but the thing with Strangers is they can put up points.
They can, and they know the commission fairly well. And
And on the Tats side, they have, I'm gonna let you finish,
Win.
Backyard Bullies.
Hmm.
that might
Jaegerbomb.
be the toughest game for them. Back.
Jaegerbomb won't be easy. either.
Jaegerbomb
and
also.
Lobster Dinner.
Ooh, they both have tough finishes of the year.
Still though, I guess Commission.
I could see the Alphatees losing one of these
Yeah.
games due to roster. Like it's the summer for everybody. I think the Alphatees might have roster issues.
Not if you're south of the equator.
So speaking of Blue Chips, then
Sure.
are we underestimating Blue Chips?
I'm
with
not
the
at
fourth
all.
spot.
Yes. For some reason, we don't think that. I think we're.
I saw them
Well,
come
they-
back.
They are exactly as good as we think they are, because we think they're pretty good. Like, I think they're exactly as good as we think they are.
I saw them come back against you guys when you guys had a fairly substantial lead,
Yeah.
and they're a scary team. It's
Okay.
It's-
But I'm saying is that we give them that credit.
Yeah.
They're not much better than we think they are. We think that they're that good.
like I guess much better than we think we are. Would be like, are they a Div 1 team?
Yeah.
No, but like, if you phrase it that way, then absolutely. And I kind of am inclined to agree because they're a team I've been high on for ever since last season. Because I mean, what they did last season was
Yep.
truly incredible. And like
And
they
they've
have
four
what
the season before that, too.
one loss in like 28 weeks at this point.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So
I like, but I
They've had
think
some rough patches though.
this.
I mean, not in the last 28 weeks. They
No.
haven't.
Well,
They had a rough
You know,
Yeah.
you go to the bar, you get home alone one time in 28 weeks. I'll take that.
That's not bad. They had one bad week against Top Season, but I also think Top Season is the worst matchup for them.
Well, because they're similar, right? Like they can
Well,
They
Top
can
Season
take away
has the
each
players.
team.
Athletes.
Each team takes away what each other does well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Top Season as that is the toughest matchup for them.
Yeah.
I think this week Blue Chips could really make a statement if they beat the Commission.
So who
and
needs
also,
the W more then?
the Blue Chips 100%. But I also think the Commission could really derail if they get a bad loss this week. Like one bad loss with like GF Marquis throwing like 3, 4, 5 interceptions, which is something he could do because he likes to go deep. He likes to take shots. He likes to. He doesn't play the safest football. It could derail fast considering Dom is not there. Considering the rest of the season they're 6-0, so there's no reason to panic if you go 6-1.
Like,
But if you go 6-4,
the ceiling and floor for this is that no one's going to drop below 4 because right now the Blue Chips have 2-game lead on Strangers for the 4th seed. So I think the
but
4th
they're
seed.
they're both safe.
Yeah, I think those 4 teams are going to be locked in 1,
This had
2,
nothing
3,
to do
and
with
4.
playoffs implications.
No. But I'm saying that in terms of the overall rankings, because who you play in the semifinal conference, right? It could be commissioned against Blue Chips. It could be commissioned against Jagerbomb.
But Blue Chips, I think Blue Chips is fine against everybody but Top Season, so they need to rank anywhere to avoid Top Season as
I
much as
think they
possible.
could very well. Right now, if the playoffs were to start today, Top Season would be the 2 seed, Blue Chips would be the 4 seed, and they could very well have a collision course, most likely in the conference title game. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's how it could play out for these teams here. Gentlemen, when we look at the Top Season offense, Justin Edwards and his influence on this offense, gentlemen, how has it been so far?
Let's not forget, what's their current points for? after 6 weeks.
Right now, it is 255, which is the top scoring offense in Division
Quick
C.
math. Quick math, anybody? 255 divided by 6?
What?
Oh,
Quick math. 255 divided by
about
6?
40 points. That's
Yeah,
More than
it's
that.
38 points.
Yeah, it's like 30, what, 39?
42.5.
42.5, my bad.
42.5 per game. It's crazy. That's literally crazy.
That's almost 6 touchdowns a game, pretty much.
Yeah.
They're on pace to score more than 400 points in a season.
Will they break the record for most points in the offensive season
What's
here?
the record?
What's the record, Eagle? Or GM, perhaps you might know offhand. Finance might have the record, or tops.
What?
Most points scored by a team in a season.
It's got to be the finals.
I can probably get it, but not now.
When? 2 weeks?
Nice.
Well, I don't.
It's like the schedule analyzer.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like
Yeah,
400
yeah,
points
I
should.
I literally don't have my computer, so I can't
Yeah.
query the database.
No, but I'm saying like 400
Someone's getting
points
defensive.
should be close to the record. The
Yeah.
record it's probably around 400 points.
I mean, Justine
I
Edwards.
think it's more than that.
Luckily, because
think
we're
so.
struggling with websites, luckily it's a player I know very well. His size and remarkable speed for his size makes him.
He's a matchup nightmare.
Well, he
Yeah,
told me.
there's nobody who wins a matchup against him because either he's bigger than you or he's faster than you. It's the uncertainty principle of Justine Edwards. You know how fast he is, or you know how big he is, but you don't know both.
He told me he would buy me dinner if they lose the game.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
going- you
I
guys
am
going on a
looking
date?
forward to dinner, man. Yeah, I'm looking
We're
forward
gonna
to
get some red lobster up in there.
No,
Who
I
they
said,
playing?
I said,
Who they playing?
I said prime rib. Yes.
So not counting
Ribbon Reef.
maybe, yeah.
not counting defensive touchdowns or extra points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kevin Wyeth in spring 2013 threw 66 touchdowns. So that's 396 points right there. And then the runner-up is Kevin Wyeth
Oh, boy.
with 65 touchdowns. And third place is Kevin Wyeth with 63 touchdowns.
Really
All right,
close
so it
race
should
over
be
there.
close.
So we're like overrated, right?
No, but I mean, it should be close to 400 points. Right? Like 420, 425.
Then tied for fourth is Kevin Wyeth
Oh,
at 62 touchdowns, along with Carm, Dan Lazara, and
Complete
Kevin
check.
Wyeth.
Yeah.
And Kevin Wyeth at 61 touchdowns. So
Anyway,
in the lower
so-
the
yeah.
closest quarterback in the lower divisions to hit this was Chris Pansano in
I remember
winter
this
2016 in
yeah,
Division
in 4B, yeah, with the Tide.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so you're saying Kevin Wyeth is the runaway leader.
Well, you should turn your steak into a dinner and a movie night and go check out the Bear Bitch Project.
Not bad.
Well, I'll ask Justine if he wants to go do that then.
You will not.
You will not ask him, and he will not want to.
No, you could ask him. I don't think anybody could cover Justin. In other words, anyways, not the 100%. So people could contain him a little bit, reduce his productivity. But let's not forget that offense is not just a one-man show.
No, you have Caleb Kerr, who has 7 TDs right now. You
Also
have
very tough to cover.
the Bayesian sensation Hassan Royal, who's had a good season.
Your
They
boy-
have weapons across the board.
They're stacked. They're stacked on both
different
sides.
ways, and like we spoke about them at length the last few weeks here. But the one thing that could cost them is their lack of motivation when they lost in Saint Laurent a few weeks ago
To Brocasian?
To Brocasian without Rick Cummins boldly saying, "Hey, my defense is what won the game."
Or was it Cummins?
I have no
this
idea
week?
who Rick was, but I think they had to find some carrot to say, "Okay, let's get motivated and amped up for the next game coming up."
Yeah,
What-
but they've been putting up so many points, man. Like,
What I like about this team is across the board, like it's sort of like they've used the farm system to bring guys up because they have a lot
Exactly
of
what it is.
underrated guys like Loic Rabideau, Andal Thomas Gordon, Mendry McMahon. We talk about Justin Edwards and Jared Taylor and Hassani Warrell, but these guys are all guys who contribute in a massive way to this team.
yeah, everybody's good, but they're all.
And there's no cap hit for them.
Yeah, but they always nobody stands out with like a breakout 20 touchdown season. Everybody they spread the ball in the way that nobody's rating is really going up. But I think that's about to turn. They've been sluggering in lower divisions. They're moving up. The multipliers going to take
Yes,
care of
Eagle.
You guys were talking. So 21st pick, Utah Jazz pick Grayson Allen, the shooting guard.
Oh,
from
from
Duke.
Duke.
Ooh.
A kind of perfect profile. Duke, Utah.
I was gonna say,
Allen.
he fits in.
Kind of fits the profile.
He fits in a state where the maximum alcohol content for beer is 3.7%.
There you
So
go.
Yeah,
That
that's
sounds
a
about right.
perfect landing
Hey,
spot.
it's like your beer.
Grayson Allen going
the
to
last one.
Jack Coors
Utah.
Light.
Salt Lake City, here he comes. Either that or Milwaukee would have been a good spot for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, Milwaukee would have been good.
Yeah. Utah's a perfect spot for him.
yeah. It seems to work.
Yeah,
It seems
it goes
to-
hand in hand, man.
So how long before Mitchell leaves?
Oh, man. He's probably like packing his bags. Oakland, here I come. Anyway, so we look at this team here, but on the opposite end of the scale, gentlemen, the last team that will win a game is who?
Moist.
Moist or Braves U?
Like,
But do we count the Braves U in this
They're
category? Or do
tied.
we have a tie?
They're like I talked about this earlier. I still think the Braves U has a chance of turning around if they have Leon Lettier for the next 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So because I think they can turn it around, I'm gonna have to go Moist.
Will Moist win the game this season?
Who they're playing? What's the schedule left? Who's the opponent?
On it.
Who's left to lose against?
They have 4 games left.
Moist.
Thank you, Mokan. We all do. Everybody has 4 games left.
Our website is experiencing.
I thought you were creating a sound clip.
Moist.
It's disgusting. So we don't know.
What's more disgusting, that sound or
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
All right, well, if we
Oklahoma.
can't get
Got
the
it.
game up,
Website is
website's down,
no bueno.
so we'll just assume Moist.
Jesus.
Last
What is
game.
this? Rob, get your ass off of softball.
What is this?
All right, gentlemen, it's now time for of the week games.
Is it?
Yes.
Nice.
So the first of these week games, Mountain Lions against Moist. If you wanted to know who Moist played this week.
Not Moist.
Mountain Lions.
Sorry, Key.
Yeah, give me Mountain Lions.
Let's go with
Speaking
Lights
of-
Out, Lobster Dinner. And I think, next week, Moist play Lights Out.
Let's go Lights Out. They played a tough one.
It's a
Pardon me. They played a tough one on Wednesday, so I'll go Lights Out.
I'm going to go with Lights Out as well.
I think this is a trap game for Lights Out. I'm gonna go with Lobster Dinner because the slow pace is really gonna get to them.
Junkyard Dogs, Backyard Bullies.
Hey, backyard game. Give me the bullies.
Bullies.
Also, give me the Bullies.
Do you want one more?
Yeah, one more.
Keyport Lock, Les Montagnards.
Keyport.
Montagnards.
No,
Give me
Keyport. I like what
the
Keyport did this week.
Yeah, but
things
that's
considered.
like they were high and now they'll fall back down.
Really,
Okay.
they were. They look pretty so weird to me.
No, clearly not. You're just wrong, man.
Do you guys like musicals?
I do like music.
Yeah.
All right, after this, let's go watch Breast Side Story.
Good night, Saudi Arabia.
He's that stuff. Is he gonna finish with Goodnight Iran or?
Oh! I thought this was political commentary. I didn't realize we're going soccer.
What's that one team that won without scoring? Was it Iran?
They won without scoring, you're right.
Yeah.
They beat Morocco on the own goal.
Yeah, no.
Good night, Morocco.
Yeah. Is that gonna be the last good night?
Yo, they're coached by Jamie Lannister.
Oh,
The dude looks like Jamie Lannister.
yeah. Good
I
night,
don't have
peace.
anything else to say.
Good night, peace.
Good night. Good night, peace.